us down? Go for it.
How about you do it?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So. This is Titan Souls 100%. We're gonna kill all the bosses, and it's gonna be lots of fun. There are 19 bosses in total. Got to kill 18 to get the last one unlocked. Basically, the idea is that we have one arrow, and we have to use it properly. Otherwise, we're probably gonna die because there are no backup strats for any of the bosses, which is lovely to hear.
Yep.
A lot of the bosses rely on just stepping on a certain place and firing an arrow and just hoping your dreams don't come crashing down on you.
This first boss is like super, like random.
Oh boy.
Gosh.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Right. So the ideal sludge heart is about five arrows, and right now he's just. Yep. There we go.
Oh man. Yeah, he can decide to bounce very erratically.
Literally anywhere.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're anywhere near sludge, he'll get really aggressive. If he's away, he'll just randomly do what he wants.
Oh geez. So this started out as a game jam game, which is pretty neat. And it's based around just like one-hit kills, basically. I think that was the theme of the game jam.
We're gonna have some fun here. So Tohloo's here, just killed the second boss, iCube. Can be killed by pulling or retracting your arrow, and that's going to be used for about 5 of the bosses. It's a good way to get your arrow back, rather than running over and picking it up. All right, I think I got this. I don't have this.
All right, so this guy, I have to lure him to these switches to trigger this fire, and then shoot him to melt the ice, and then he just lands and he dies. Pretty easy. A lot of the bosses you can kill in under like 10 seconds. Actually, most of the bosses you can kill like the actual time you.
Are you kidding me?
Oh man.
I almost had a perfect sledge heart, and then
dude.
he just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, most of the bosses you can kill in like under 10 seconds, which is like less time than the soul animation.
It's pretty ideal. There's probably more soul animation and more running around than actually doing the bosses, but the bosses are pretty interesting for the most part. All right, here we go. Come on, sludge. There we go. So,
All right, nice.
not worthy of a clap at all. Anyway, there are 5 different areas in this game. We got the tutorial area, which Tohloo is just about to get done with. We go to the forest, then we go to the ruins, pop over to the graves, and then we're gonna run over to fire and ice. So each of these places has about 2 or 3 bosses, say for the tutorial area. We're gonna do it in a specific order that sort of saves as much time as possible. And in any percent, what we can do is we can get checkpoints, and if we quit out of the game and get back in, we're gonna warp back to that checkpoint. So any percent, we try not to get as many checkpoints as possible. 100% we get all of them because there are a couple places we have to save quit. That's pretty important. Mm-hmm. You'll see those a little later. Tohloo is about to go into the forest area right now. We're gonna have 2 bosses.
This area is kind of cool, like casually, because it's sort of like a puzzle. But like, since I've run this game a billion times, we just like know the sequence, like where you have to go to get to the bosses.
Yeah, it sort of has that like Lost Woods vibe, where if you go the wrong way, it'll teleport you back to the start. But there are also a couple places that you can explore. There are a couple of little tombs around that show some of the lore of the game. So you can actually see how Vine Pieces sort of gets created, but we don't really do lore in this game. A lot of it's very vague and not really consequential to us speedrunning it, except for when we get to the big old elder beard a little later, who tries to make us feel bad for being a Titan Slayer.
Oh, by the way, I killed Vine Pieces. I don't know. It's a boss. That's kind of how everything in this game is. It's like, oh yeah, that's a boss, I guess.
There we go. Hey, I made it out of tutorial.
So this boss is sort of the same as IQ. You just kind of wait there and you retract your arrow without moving. Easy peasy. If you actually mess up the quick kill, like the fight's actually like kind of hard. Because like he has a weak spot and he's like constantly rotating and he's letting out these poison spores that like distort the screen. And it can be kind of disorienting if you get hit by them.
Also, you kind of have to get close to make that shot because it's not very easy and has a very weird hitbox.
Yeah.
And the second you get close to a bellow, he just sort of aggressively stomps on you a couple of times. It's actually a pretty brutal death. One of the sort of interesting things about this game is it's not really all that glitch heavy. There's one clip towards the end of the game, but most of it's just raw, like lining yourself up for shots and making sure you can sort of switch between the D-pad and switch between the analog stick to aim your shots. There's also a couple of timings that aren't very obvious, and you're going to see one of those in the fire area coming up. Another interesting thing about the game is that everyone sort of has their own ways of killing some of the bosses. Not so much for the forest area, but once you start getting to the ruins, everyone has their own Elhanan, everyone has their own sort of Mulcahy, everyone has their own soul. So it's kind of interesting to see the different ways that people play the game.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Actually, I'm doing pretty alright right now.
Not too bad. I don't think there will be any more deaths. Hopefully.
Yeah.
There's going to be some weird goal set skips or goal set clips though.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be some fun.
As far as movement is concerned in this game, like one of the things is that you always want to keep rolling and stuff, but it's pretty straightforward for the most part.
Rolling's definitely the faster way around. There's also running, but one of the things you have to look out for is if you roll into a wall. Oh, okay, no, there you go.
Dude, that was like the worst thing ever.
That looked pretty bad from
I almost
angle.
died like 3 times for no
man.
reason.
Yeah, you don't really want to roll everywhere sometimes. You don't want to get cocky with your rolls because if you roll into a wall, you will bonk and it'll take like a second for you to get back on your footing. Sometimes it'll only take like half a second. It's kind of odd when it does and when it doesn't work.
One thing to note is that some of the quick kills in this game are sort of based around like perfect angles. So we're playing using controller, and we mostly use the analog stick for everything. But like if you want like perfect, like 45-degree angles or like 90 degrees, you can actually just use the D-pad, and it's actually very handy.
Yeah, like I just got to Elhanan and I switched right to the D-pad because you don't really want to be out of place trying to hit Elhanan's arrow. And I just died to
Aw, dang.
Did I not take that save? I hope I took that checkpoint.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
good.
So right now I'm heading towards, I don't, like, what's the name of this guy? Like, he doesn't really have
I
a
think
name.
it's just the Elder.
Oh.
He's the big beard guy.
Wait, why is he called the Elder?
I think he's actually just called the Elder.
Where'd you get that, though?
Do you have truth mode on? So there's
Yeah.
truth mode tells you the names of all the bosses.
Wait, he has a name? I never saw.
I think so, doesn't it?
No, he doesn't. I've
Really?
never seen it pop up like ever.
Where did I get? Oh, maybe it's from like. It might be from the files then. I'm pretty sure it says the Elder somewhere, unless that's just sort of like a community thing.
Okay.
That it popped up somewhere. I usually just call him like Beardy Man.
Yeah, anyway, this guy isn't, like, you still need to kill him to unlock the final boss. After killing, like, he counts towards, like, all the bosses, but he's not, he just,
Probably the hardest boss in the game.
yeah, probably. He doesn't actually do anything. He just kind of sits there, bang. Alright, so here I'm just gonna do a save warp.
One of the nice things about this game is that you can prime most of your inputs while cutscenes are happening. So
Yeah.
you can have your start button pressed while a cutscene's happening, and the second you come out of it, your start button will be pressed. You can usually do it with two. You can do it with like a directional input and start.
Actually, didn't even know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm bad, dude.
Yeah. So you can hold start, you can hold like left, and it'll go straight to exit, and then you can just
Oh,
hammer on your
man.
X. Yeah, there you
Dude.
go.
No wonder my time is terrible.
Oh, it saves so much time.
I'm learning so much, man.
You're doing pretty good though.
Yeah. My PB is like super ancient, so.
You got that a long time ago, didn't you?
Dude,
It was like forever
the
ago.
Onyxia quick kill did not exist when I got my PB. Oh, right. I probably should have explained that boss. Well, whatever. You'll explain it
Yeah,
when you
I'll
get there.
explain it when I get there.
Yeah.
You just finished killing Mulcaen. So all the bosses in the fire area have Cain suffixed on their name for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the lore in this game.
I just passed by one of the big paintings on the wall that sort of tries to explain it. I think it's just a big picture of the beard guy though.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
No, I'm good. Whoa, okay.
So yeah, I don't know if you took the checkpoint there, but
Oh, I didn't because I'm
didn't?
I'm a maniac.
yeah. There are a couple places that are a little risky in this run. One of them being the fire areas. If you don't want to lose a bunch of time, you won't take the checkpoint for the first two bosses. If you do die to any of those bosses, it's about a minute of walking back to the fire area, which is not fun. It's an
Yeah.
immediate run killer.
So this boss I'm heading into is like frame rate dependent. I want him to do like a roll a certain way. Oh, dang, dude.
Oh man. There's
I-
also no real queue. I mean, there kind of is, but
Yeah.
it's not very good. So it's very easy to die against Rokain.
I'm used to running this game with like a really shoddy frame rate. And so it can mess me up pretty, dude, alright. It can mess me up pretty bad.
Oh boy.
Like the queue is different for this guy than what I'm used to.
Some people will wait for the eye to look at them, which is kind of creepy. Some people will wait for Rokain to just hit the ground, and then you sort of charge up your arrow and go up. So there's one of those little paintings on the wall. I believe that was Volcane. All right, so Mulcaen's coming up for me. Mulcaen shoots a bomb, and normally you're not in this position for Mulcaen to shoot the bomb, but Mulcaen can kind of kill himself by hitting himself with the bomb. And, oh, that was so close. Yeah, it's not the usual way for you to do it. Usually you would try to put some space between you and Mulcaen, let him fire off the bomb, and then get as far as possible so that you can pull Mulcaen into you. But in this case, we just sort of let Mulcaen do all the work. The ice area is probably one of the more interesting areas in the game. aside from having to light all the torches, which just is not fun at all.
It's kind of interesting. Like it's one of the only real puzzles in the game. Oh, dude, I messed it up. Dang.
Oh boy. That was a close goal game. Yeah, you sort of expect there to be some,
It's fine.
some puzzle elements in this game. It sort of feels like a Zelda in a sense, but I mean, that's the only thing you ever really have to do in this game that is kind of like a puzzle. I guess all the bosses are kind of like puzzles themselves. On a first playthrough, it'll take you quite a while to get through them because it's just not obvious what you have to do on any of them.
Oh, really? All right. This is a pretty good fight so far.
There we go.
All right, nice.
Nice.
I want to die when I kill this boss because it automatically warps me back to the hub of the ice world.
So that's actually one of the only places where we skip cutscenes. I'll explain a cutscene skip that will not be used at all in this run because it's way too risky. Basically, there's a way to skip cutscenes, which are about 19 and a half seconds, by quitting out of the game on the frame that the boss dies. And you'll go back to the main menu. You can go back into your profile, and the boss will be dead. You'll just be at the last checkpoint. It's way too hard, though. We can't really find any good cues to do it at the moment. Only one person has really done it in a speed run, Zik3, and it's crazy to look at. Like, technically, it's not a very nice skip to look at, but it works so nice. Because no one really likes looking at the cutscenes. They're kind of just a big waste of time for everyone.
That's like half of this game, though.
Oh, basically.
Are you saying you hate this game?
I'm not gonna say no.
Damn, dude. It's pretty savage.
So this is my setup for Onyxia, or I take the left icicle instead of the right, which is used by a lot of people. I like to be closer to the tail when Onyxia dies. It's very, very specific. It works off of swimming 5 times once you get into the room, and then running straight up to the crystal. And Onyxia has sort of like a timer around it, where he just swims around swims around the arena, and once you hit the crystal, starts his cycle, and it's sort of on a timer until it jumps out. So you have to make sure that you hit the crystal exactly when you want Onyxia to sort of jump out a specific point in the water, which is very annoying. I'm going to see if I can get the quick kill on Stratus right now. Usually, hold on. What'll happen is Stratus has to knock out one of his own teeth so that you can shoot him in the gums. And usually you'll do this in like 2 actions. You'll wait for Stratus to go back underneath the snow and then come back up and you'll shoot him in the gums. But you can sort of get the icicle to shoot on the very left or right side of a tooth and then have enough room to squeeze your arrow.
Yeah, and I believe that quick kill saves like about 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's a good 5 or 6.
Which is like in this game, and like, you know, it might not seem that much in like other speed games, but like in this game, it's like really huge.
The run's pretty optimized to where any second counts. I mean, one of the things people had found out was that in the fire area, you have to climb up some stairs, or you can use some like rock holds in order to get to the elevator to the ice area. And you can actually save about 1.5 seconds by using the stairs, which is silly, but it'll probably get you your next PB.
Oh my goodness, all right. So right now I'm trying to clip behind this boss while he's dead, and it's like kind of ridiculous because like there's no visual cue for it at all. You just have to like wiggle the control stick and hope that you clip through him.
It's one of the worst things in the world.
So right now I'm trying to exit here at the right time. I think I exited too early. Oh, the game crashed.
Oh no.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes.
I didn't even know that could. Oh, damn it. Wait a second. Okay, I still have the.
So what you want to do after goal set is basically you do the soul absorption. You walk through the.
Yeah.
You walk up the stairs and you'll finish the soul absorption, but then you'll get sort of an infinite roll, so that you can kind of skip the top stairs and just run straight into the crystal at the top. And there are two things that can happen. You can either do it too late and you'll end up seeing the entire animation and just not get the spin at all, and it's just really annoying. Or your game can crash.
I've never seen it crash though, I think. I don't think that's ever happened to me. Hey!
Happened. There you go.
Never happens before.
There's always one.
Oh, by the way, that was the hardest boss in the game, pretty much.
So the thing about the soul is that the soul reacts based on your movements, and there are ways to. Oh, I think I did that too late. Oh no, that was.
Okay,
oh, never mind. That was good.
All right. So you can actually show off the glitch he was talking about.
Yeah. So this is the infinite roll glitch, where you just sort of roll straight to this crystal, or whatever it is, and then we quit out so we don't have to watch that cutscene. Yeah, so the soul sort of reacts to what you're doing, but there are ways to manipulate the soul and make it do exactly what you want it to do. It's, oh boy. Oh no.
It's okay, you got it, dude.
You know, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
So I'm finding the last boss right now. He has 3 phases. Right now I'm entering the last one. It's not really too hard. He throws these chompy black things at you. And oh geez, I got pushed. Oh god,
Oh,
okay, the time. By the way.
If it
All right.
takes 50 something.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take it.
I'm having trouble on the soul. So for some reason, the soul tries to shoot you with his arrow there, and can't. I think your center point is sort of like where the arrow is, and that's where it tries to shoot. So it just kind of goes a pixel in front of you and saves you from that shot. Otherwise, you'd have to roll out of it, and it would just be a really annoying setup. So here I'm at the truth. Did you do the thing at the top where it just sort of bounces?
Yeah, you can lure the first phase of this boss. Like he like slams on the ground and rolls towards you. But like if you make him slam at like the top of the arena, he just kind of like bounces back upwards, and it saves I think like maybe 1 or 2 seconds.
But it also just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Unless you just like once he slams down again, he can like decide to roll to the side once he comes back. For some reason.
No one knows. This game's a mystery, still in a lot of facets. Oh, don't bother. And that's time. That's Titan Souls.
Yep.
3015? That's awful.
Whatever, it's fine.